Welcome to the introductory video for the Philanthropy Reform Alliance, or PRA. Our motto is simple: rethinking development, reframing practice, and reimagining giving. We're focused on building an Africa-led, catalytic, and transformative movement by 2026. The PRA is an African-led initiative, bridging grassroots organizations and international development actors. Our grounding is in the lived realities of development work, driven by practitioners with deep experience. We serve as a bridge through trusted relationships across divides often ignored in practice. Our mission is to transform development by fostering mutual accountability, shared decision-making, and strengthening community leadership. Let's explore why we chose the name. Philanthropy extends beyond money to include social and financial capital, knowledge, expertise, time, and labor. Reform means intentional systemic change, shifting norms toward equity and accountability, and reworking decisions, funding, and partnerships. Alliance signifies that change is collective, fostering shared purpose and collaboration among actors for coordination, learning, and influence. There is a gap between rhetoric and practice. Data shows that only 11% of cross-border philanthropic funding reaches local actors. Less than 5% of donor funding reaches local organizations directly. This reveals that decision-making authority sits overwhelmingly with international actors, accountability flows upward, not downward, and community-based organizations are often positioned as implementers, not co-creators. Globally, a movement is pushing back against extractive philanthropy. This momentum includes the Grand Bargains localization commitment, the Decolonize Aid movement, and the rise of participatory grant-making. Initiatives like USAID's Pledge to Localize, Power Shift funds, and evidence building, showing better sustainability outcomes for locally led programs, underscore this shift. Despite calls for reform, structural gaps persist in conventional development. Power flows upward, accountability runs the wrong way, and funding remains transactional. Capacity building is often extractive, prioritizing conformity over existing local knowledge and legitimacy. Furthermore, the institutional culture rarely changes, preserving hierarchies. New approaches offer significant opportunities. Trust-based philanthropy provides unrestricted multi-year funding, leading to better outcomes. Participatory grant-making centers community decision-making, increasing local ownership. Locally led development is proven to be more sustainable. Epistemic justice recognizes community knowledge as valid evidence. Power-shifting partnerships promote co-creation. Lastly, catalytic and seed funding support community-led initiatives for true ownership and sustainability. The development sector is at a crucial inflection point. With $14 trillion in philanthropic assets globally, the challenge isn't money, but deploying it differently. Sector momentum is at a critical mass, with public localization commitments increasing. There is a practitioner hunger for alternative models, and funder willingness is growing, particularly around trust-based philanthropy. The PRA plays multiple roles in the ecosystem. As a convener, we bring diverse actors together for honest dialogue. As a surfacer, we identify structural alternatives to what isn't working. We are a modeler, embodying new ways of working in practice. We act as a bridge, linking reformed practitioners to CBOs. We are an ecosystem catalyst, funding and proving community-led concepts, and a network builder, cultivating an alumni network across Africa. Our flagship initiative is the Collaborative Unlearning Lab, a 9-month cohort journey. Each cohort has 12 practitioners and 12 CBO leaders. Phase 1, Unlearn, focuses on reflection and deconstruction of assumptions. Phase 2, Immerse, embeds practitioners and CBOs for reciprocal learning. Phase 3, Co-create, involves launching seed projects and developing institutional change plans. We offer issue-specific labs focused on key areas. The Accountability to Communities Lab reimagines accountability as relationship and responsibility. The Centering Decision-Making Power Lab moves from centralized control to shared, community-informed decision-making. The Trust and Transparency Lab addresses deficits in the system, reflecting the needs expressed by community members. Our research and learning agenda targets the gap between intention and experience. We focus on power mapping, understanding the lived realities inside philanthropy systems, and surfacing the unwritten norms shaping practice. We also examine tokenism in participation and generate practical equity pathways for more equitable and sustainable ways of working. Convenings, dialogues, and roundtables serve as methodological spaces for change. Our core purpose is to create safe, challenging spaces for reflection on practice and power. We bring diverse actors together to surface hidden assumptions, move toward shared understanding, and enable them to test, refine, and strengthen emerging ideas that shift practice. The Alliance includes 3 key roles. Learning companions participate in the lab, facilitate sessions, and support the co-creation of tools. Associate members engage in dialogues and discourse, contributing as informed and values-aligned actors. The Stewardship Circle holds shared responsibility for direction and integrity, supporting facilitation and contributing to governance. The Solidarity Network is our open ecosystem of practice and support. Members offer technical expertise and mentorship to CBOs, contribute time, networks, influence, and financial support, and collaborate on co-designed initiatives and research. They also support CBOs in navigating funding and partnerships, and participate in peer learning to continuously evolve equitable practice. Our theory of change centers on structured support for practitioners to examine embedded power assumptions. They form reciprocal relationships with CBOs as co-learners, practice different ways of working, and implement institutional change plans. This leads to practitioners who lead differently, more strategically resourced CBOs, NGO cultures responsive to community leadership, and a growing network of change agents. The development sector often reproduces the inequalities it aims to address. Real change requires more than policy or funding shifts. It requires people to change. PRA creates the conditions for this transformation, slowly, honestly, collectively, and in relationship. We invite you to join us, unlearn with us, and challenge us.